Hey everybody, this is Jeff Brune, president of the Pickleball Factory. I want to welcome you to the first ever podcast that we're putting on. We're calling this Pickleball for All because at the Pickleball Factory, pickleball is for everyone. It doesn't matter if you are a 5-0 player. It doesn't matter if you don't even know what the rating system is. We welcome everybody at the Pickleball Factory. And it's we're coming up on our 1-year anniversary, December 16th. And so we wanted to start this podcast just to highlight things through the year, the past year, also what we've got coming up. And we want this to be local first, of course, but it's going to have a lot of regional stuff in it. We're going to have people from all over on the podcast, national names, people from paddle companies. We're going to have local coaches, all that kind of stuff. So we think it's going to be an exciting podcast for people that love pickleball. But like I said, it's pickleball for all, and we're excited to put this on for you. We're going to have Cooper Wesley. He is our director of pickleball, so he's going to join me in a bunch of episodes. You know, we started this podcast because we know that pickleball is the fastest growing sport in the world, basically. I mean, you see pickleball going on in Asia now. You see pickleball all over the place being played. And, you know, one of the great things about pickleball is it's just such an easy sport to take up. There's not a barrier of entry like golf where you've got, $2,000 worth of golf clubs. You can really pick up a paddle for $20 and start playing. And so that's why pickleball has really grown in the last few years. And so we got into it opening the Pickleball Factory because we saw that there was a need locally for quality indoor play. And so we got a building here in town in Cape Girardeau, and the old Thorngate building, and it's 64,000 square feet. And so we split that building in half, and it's 30,000+ square feet of pickleball, 14 indoor courts, and it's been an amazing first year. But this podcast is going to be fun. We're going to have a lot of fun doing it, Cooper and I, when we bring guests on. And, just to talk about the year of the Pickleball Factory to start with, some amazing numbers that have come out of it. We've had almost 6,000 unique visitors into the facility. So that's 6,000 people coming in to play pickleball at least one time. The most amazing number of that is those people were from 29 states. We were blown away when we found out that number. So 29 states coming to Cape Girardeau to, you talk about an economic impact for a community. Those people are coming here to, obviously play pickleball. They're filling up fuel in their gas tanks in their cars. They're going to convenience stores. They're eating in our restaurants. They're staying in our hotels. So we knew it was going to be impactful for the community, but we did not know it was going to be that impactful. So it was exciting to see that. We built the factory with multiple types of players in mind. We wanted it to be something where the seasoned pickleball player felt at home and they felt like they were getting value. We also wanted the brand new player to the game to come in and feel like, hey, I can learn to play the game and play it here. And so we really spent a lot of time just coming up with the concept of what we wanted to look like. So we wanted to make sure that all players felt welcome. That's why we named this podcast Pickleball for All, because that's what we feel like at the factory, is that pickleball is for everyone. It doesn't matter what level you're at, or even if you're at a level. And so that's kind of what this podcast is going to be like. It's going to be, we're going to have lots of stuff on here for the seasoned player, but we're going to have stuff for the beginners as well, just those first starting out in pickleball. And, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, with our first year anniversary coming up, that how thankful we are for the community, and especially the founding members. We had 100 founding members that believed in us before the paint was even dry. And they agreed to sign up for a full year, and they've agreed to continue going with us. We do lots of fun stuff for the founding members. And so, again, I just wanted a special shout out to those founding members out there that believed in us, and we wouldn't be here without you. one of the segments we're going to do in the podcast each week is going to be called the Factory Forecast. We do that already internally with an email that goes out to all those 6,000 people that have played through the year. And but we're going to highlight different things that are going to come up within the factory. We're going to highlight things that are going to come up nationally as well in the forecast. But one of the big things that we introduced this week was the $2 Midday Open play. And that's 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on weekdays that you can come in and play for $2 a person, which is super affordable. You can get a ton of play in for that. But again, that's a $2 Midday Open play, and it's from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We also got a pretty big announcement coming up with a tournament that's going to come up here in the new year that I'll let Cooper announce that in the next episode. But yeah, that's the factory forecast for this week. So our next week, I just wanted to kind of tease next week's episode, the 5 biggest rec level mistakes that players make. And I'm a rec player still. You know, I run the place, but you know, I'm a pretty casual player, and I have played in some tournaments. But they're kind of, you know, Cooper and I talked and just about these podcasts, and he says, you know, there are kind of 5 common mistakes that every rec player makes, and he's going to give us some insight on how to fix those in a pretty quick way. And so, but again, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you all listening. And if you want to send questions or if you got topic ideas, send them to info@picklecape.com. And we'll get to those in the next few episodes. But I encourage you to share this podcast with your friends. It's going to be fun. And, you know, whether you're a local, regional, or listening anywhere in the country, this podcast is for each of you because pickleball is for all.